Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
Powered by
This is
Riverside
Passwords Journal,
FM.
where we interview people who we think are cool or just do cool things. And for today's show, we got a very talented guest, one whose brain I've been waiting to pick on for a while.
Oh
Got
dear.
the one, the only Crash Kid. Welcome
Hello.
to the show, and thank you for being my second ever guest.
Thank you. It's an honor. Thank you for having me.
It's an honor. It's a huge honor to have you. And I've been ever since I met you. I've been interested to talk to you more about like what you've been doing,
Yeah.
and I'm just excited for this episode. Really, I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm
So
excited too.
I'm gonna just dive into it. First question, like a little easier question. Have you ever done an interview before with anyone?
I have. It was for like some random YouTube channel. I don't know. I can't remember. It was like ages ago.
Oh, okay. What was it
Uh,
about though? What was it about the interview?
um, it was about a YouTuber.
Quick, like what kind of YouTuber? If you didn't even remember who they are.
Okay, I don't remember the YouTuber that I was on, but it was like about Rambo.
Oh, okay. So was it Minecraft related or was it just about Rainbow in
It
general?
was just about Rambo in general, I think.
Oh, okay. So, how did you get the interview? Like,
They
what?
just asked me if I wanted to talk about them because I
Okay,
used to be in their community more.
okay, interesting, interesting. Um, all right, I'm gonna switch gears real quick,
Uh-huh.
and so I just recently found out you had or have a Tumblr. I don't know if you still use it, but I recently found out you
Uh-huh.
had a Tumblr, and I found out that you used to do like things with the Roblox.
Yeah.
How much how much like Roblox content did you make in your however long you've been doing uh been on
Oh
Tumblr?
dear. Um, I don't know. I think especially in like 2022, maybe. I was like obsessed with Roblox. Like I would play it all the time. Um, I don't know. I didn't really make No, I did stream Roblox a bit. But yeah, I don't know. It was mainly like 2022, maybe like early 2023, where I was like really into it.
Yeah, because I was researching for this interview, and I saw that you had like a one of the first few pictures I saw on your Tumblr was a Roblox character.
Mhm.
I don't remember what it was. It was like a white Roblox character. What did
Um,
you have like Roblox OCs or something like that, or
I
was it just
did.
like a random?
I did have Roblox OCs, yeah.
Do you want to expand on that? Because that's interesting. I never heard of someone that has like a Roblox OCs before.
I mean, I didn't really go super in depth with them, but I would, freaking buy a bunch of Robux and like just design characters on there and then just I don't know, play games. I'd play a lot of Combat Warriors, and so like they were mainly kind of focused on Combat Warriors and kind of themed like um like older Roblox, like
Yeah,
that was kind of the theme that I was going for.
like by older Roblox, do you mean like early 2000s Roblox or 2010s Roblox?
Yeah, like more like 20 or 2000s Roblox. Yeah, I think that was mainly it.
That's interesting. I can't believe I found it. That was such a random find. I didn't think that you were ever into Roblox. You've never talked about it before or
I
anything.
didn't think it would be brought up in the interview.
I don't know. I just like to bring up whatever I could find. I'd really like to bring up, especially
Uh-huh.
like with how I brought up a few things that they weren't expecting me to bring up, and I'm probably gonna do that with everyone that I interview.
Hmm.
Kind of like a Nardwar type.
Oh, I love Nerdware.
um,
Yes.
so we're gonna hop topics real quick, skip topics,
Hmm.
and this one I'm sure you're interested to talk about, and you're very excited to talk about. There's been a lot of buzz about your animation and your studios, but
Yeah.
before we start talking about your show that's releasing soon, I gotta know what's it like being a co-founder of your very own studio, Thrash and Bash.
It's really fun. Honestly, I didn't think it through before starting it. I just like kind of just did it, and it's been fun. Like it's been a great ride ever since. Honestly, like it's been really good. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've met a lot of cool people. I've been able to work with cool people, and like just a lot of fun opportunities have been opening up for me that like I just didn't expect. But yeah, like it's really fun. It can be stressful for sure, but like honestly, like it's been running pretty smoothly.
I mean, I bet it'd be stressful. Like what gave you the what even gave you the idea and who to start Thrash and Bash? What gave you the idea of just making your own animation studio in
Uh-huh.
general?
So honestly, the downfall of the animation industry kind of inspired me to open up this studio because I mean with the rise of, AI art being everywhere and like studios overworking their employees and it's like just people getting fired and a bunch of shows being canceled, like especially like Cartoon Network and like Disney. Like I was like, damn, like this sucks. I gotta I gotta do something about it. Um and I don't know, yeah, my goal with like making an animation studio is to kind of show people that animation is an art form that's worth being taken seriously. But yeah.
I mean, that's fair enough. Like going back to your examples, there's a Nickelodeon has like sub shows, and one of them's Nicktoons. And I
Hmm.
recently heard that Nicktoons is gonna be SpongeBob only from now on.
Yeah.
Like they've been canceling a bunch of their shows to only focus on SpongeBob, and I just want to get your opinion on that. As an animator yourself,
Hmm.
how does that feel of like seeing this big studio corporation that used to produce masterpieces like Ed and Eddie, for example, or Johnny Bravo? Those are just the first two that came to my head.
Hmm.
Um, how do you feel about that big of a studio just going down in quality and just becoming SpongeBob, pretty much SpongeBob YouTube channel?
So I think it's pretty sad, honestly. I mean, this is a theme that could be seen throughout a lot of studios. Um, like for example, I mean, the fact that Cartoon Network doesn't have a it doesn't even have like a building anymore. It doesn't even have a website anymore. I think I think companies like animation studios or cartoon studios are just too focused on money now, and they're not willing to take risks anymore or create fun things. Um, I think I think that especially cartoons from like the 2010s and like early 2000s were the ones that were pushing boundaries, um, that have like that have shown to have like the most um sort of like they have a lot like large communities because they
Yeah,
were different. But now
100%.
everything that all these studios are creating are just like reboot after reboot or just like I don't know,
Like a
kind
show that
of.
gets one season and gets canceled the next.
Yeah, they'll just create. I don't want to say it. Like they kind of create slop. They kind of
I
create
mean,
slop, and I don't have a problem with animators having a job or the people that have to write this stuff. Like it's hard to get a job out there, right? It's
100%,
more
yeah.
so the executives and the people in charge who I kind of have a problem with.
Yeah. So, like, talking about executives and stuff, uh, seeing how you're vocal about it, what do you think your responsibilities as a co-owner and like as a leader of your company? How do you think you're gonna be different from all these from Nickelodeon, from Cartoon Network, from Disney? How do you think you'll be different from all those?
Right, right. So one of our like biggest, I don't know, things uh about Thrash and Bash, like from the start, I wanted it to be a place where art comes first over money. Um, so creating something great, without having to like sacrifice things because oh these people won't want to watch because of this and this and that. Um, and just like I want to give animators the best environment possible, and like any artist on the team, because it's not just animators. Um, we give them flexible deadlines and, like open communication. People are allowed to tell us what they don't like, and we listen to everybody. Like we try our best to listen to everybody. It can be difficult sometimes just
Oh,
because,
I
there's
bet, yeah.
a lot of people. But honestly, like the team has been great. So I mean, it's just been pretty easy overall.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
that's amazing. Like how have you managed to create a team like that, and how long has that taken you to not only recruit all these people, but to also have an environment to which everyone can have a voice and everyone's voice weighs the same in your studio?
Right. So I think what it was in August we opened up applications, and I think we got like 600 the first run, and then we opened them up a second time. I can't remember how many we got that time. Um but yeah, that's how I pretty much got everybody through like advertising applications. Um and then I don't know, it's been pretty easy to like keep communication up. Like obviously it's my first time doing this stuff, so there's some bumps in the road obviously, but um like it's been overall pretty easy. Like um we run everything in like a server, and people can just, tell us, or we have anonymous forums where people can say like, "Oh, I think that this should be this way," or you know. Oh, and we also have meetings very, well, not very often, but I think like once a month, once every couple of months, where we have everybody get together and we talk about what's gonna go on in the studio next, or like what like, just like what people, well, people can ask questions and stuff. Sorry.
No, no, you're good. That's actually like that's a very good motto to go by. Like I prioritizing your own creators, especially in this climate. You don't see that at all between any shows or anything like that. You see a bunch of executives just prioritize money over the well-being of their employees, and it's just kind of sad to see. So it's like a breath of fresh air to see your animation studio be different. And but with that being said, though, what between those 600 applicants and however many you have on your team now, how what did you look for specifically within your applicants?
So I would was mainly looking for like, I don't know, team players and people who had really strong portfolios. Um we were pretty picky, honestly, with who we added. I think with the like after all of that freaking
Hmm.
oh my god, sorry, I'm freaking
No, you're
fumbling over
good.
my words.
After.
Um After like those 600 applications, I think we invited like 50, about 50. So we were pretty critical, and that's not only animators. Like we have voice actors and um, art promotional artists,
Yeah.
and you know, like sound designers and musicians. So it's a lot. But yeah, we wanted high quality and people who were excited to work on
I
Plinko and
mean,
Mark.
yeah, that's absolutely understandable. And um, like talking back, like circling back to Thrash and Bash in general. What for you? What is the end goal of Thrash and Bash? Like, what are you looking for to either change in the industry? Are you looking to make money in the same time? Are you looking to push the needle? What are you
Mhm.
looking for with making, and what is your end goal of Thrash and Bash in general?
Yeah, so I would love to do anything that would like change the industry, make it more make it a better environment for artists.
Hmm.
Um I would love to make money. I think that money is important for something like this because you want artists to be paid for their work and all that sort of thing. But I don't know. As the co-founder, I personally don't want to take like a huge cut like of the the money for that we ever receive. I don't
That's
know. I
that's
just
really honorable.
yeah, I think that I mean, sure I'm doing work, but it's hard out there. Like people need to be paid for their work. Right now we're like doing volunteer work, but I do want to expand it to be, profitable.
Yeah. So your current applicants, are they being paid currently, or is it still volunteer work until you can make money yourself,
It's
as in like the
volunteer
studio?
work. Yeah, it's volunteer work until the studio can stand on its own and um we're able to pay everybody. I do want to compensate everybody for their work first before, doing any sort of normal payout thing, and then we'll probably move on to that. But I don't know, that's still in the works right now.
Yeah. Do you think in the future you would ever either have your business be a publicly traded company, or would you ever have it have executives who would help you to gain more money, or would you just stick as a only like two owners and then you two run the whole thing?
I would prefer to have it completely just like owned by us. I don't want anybody to interfere with the business side, especially people like executives who might want to be like who might have their own values that they don't want portrayed in like the media or whatever. Um like I would just rather be completely independent.
Okay, so it's fair enough. I mean, it's kind of a, again. I'm gonna say this again. Is a huge breath of fresh air seeing someone want to start an art company, an animation studio, not just for the money.
Mm.
Like I've seen lots of people want to start it for the money and then get discouraged that it doesn't make money in the first year or doesn't make enough money
Hmm.
for them to keep going. And they're like, I'm gonna scrap the whole animation studio, and then they just lay up a bunch of workers. And
Yeah.
it's happened before, and we've seen that before. And I'm glad that you're different. I'm glad that there's a soul in the within the company, if you
Yeah.
will. But yeah, and you're releasing a show soon, currently, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Plinko and Mark, right?
mhm.
So I've been curious. How did you come up with the idea and the names for not only the characters but for the show in general?
Okay. So I'm not the creator of the show. My friend Stabby Guys or Fubar9X is the creator of um Plinko and Mark. I'm kind of more of an executive producer. So I kind of dip my toes in every little thing
Okay.
about the production, but um yeah, no, it was created by my friend. He was he was like, I think one time it was like when we first met, he was drawing like a bunch of like random characters or something, and then he drew like this cat. Um and I was like, "Oh my god, it's so cute." And that was Plinko. His whole thing was like, "Oh, I could draw a cat and this guy would like it no matter what." And it's true. I love cats. Um so yeah, that's kind of where Plinko came from. My friend Aspen named him, and then my friend was um sort of like, you know, created Mark, or I don't know. Mark, I don't know how Mark came to be, but he came to be. Um and yeah, that's kind of how it started. That was in 2023, and we kind of developed the idea over about a year, and
So the
now
show has
now
been
we're
in
here.
development for over 2 years now, or about 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. I think in April of 2023 is really when we started, but it was kind of on and off until last year. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. You said you're an executive producer. What is your exact involvements within the show then, if you're not the like the main
Hmm.
guy?
Yeah, so I did storyboarding on the show. I did some rough animation. Character designs, I thumbnailed and helped with the writing a bit. Um, and I I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've done. Um, I also do a lot of promotional art for it, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, okay. Like, still speaking about the show. Well, who are the? Is it just one person who's like the main guy behind the show, or is it like
Mhm.
multiple people who are the people who made of the show? I
Mhm.
would.
So, um, my friend, Stabby Guys, um, me, Viz Electrica, and Koveski,
Mm-hmm.
we all worked together in the very beginning to kind of build the show as it was. Like we all kind of worked on the visual development and the script and all of that sort of stuff before we even hired any other people to work on it. So it was mainly those, but mm, uh Stabby Guys
Yeah.
Stabby Guys is the director. So Stabby Guys
Okay.
is in charge of, how everything looks and goes. Um and we kind of help bring his vision, or give ideas and sort of just work together on creating something interesting.
Okay. So, how sorry. Do you think you'll ever reach a stage within your animation studio? I'm sorry, I'm just circling back. Will you ever reach a stage in animation studio where you'll make multiple shows at a time, or do you
Mhm.
think you'll just do one at a time um until just the end of time, I guess?
I think it depends on how big we expand. I would love to do multiple shows at once. It's just a lot of work to even make one episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that in what, August, yeah, we'll be in production on the pilot for like a whole year.
Oh
Um,
wow.
and yeah, I don't think people realize how tedious and how many steps go into making an animated cartoon, but a lot of work and a lot of time goes into it.
So how many episodes do you think Plinko and Mark will have?
Uh, I don't think I can disclose that right now.
Okay, I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
um well, okay, well, let me ask a little simpler question then. What is like the overarching story of Plinko and Mark then? What is it going to be about?
Okay, I can give a little bit, but I can't drop all of that.
Yeah, obviously you can't, but I'm just trying to get a little bit of information.
Yeah, so it's basically, I mean, the story is kind of about how Plinko, um, sort of becomes like this super wanted guy, um, because he robs a bunch of places, um, and eventually, you know, he gets seen as sort of like a good guy, even though he's robbing all these places. He's usually robbing like these like big corporations. And then
Mm-hmm.
Mark is like, you know, Mark is supposed to like stand out a bit, because all the characters in Plinko and Mark are kind of like crazy, and Mark is just kind of like, you know, he's
The
kind of
only
like,
sensible guy.
yeah, he's the only sensible guy.
So it's kind of like an Ed and Eddie trope,
Mhm.
but like Mark is like the one guy that like is smart, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody else in that world is tweaking out, and he's just got it. They make him feel like he's the crazy one.
I mean, technically, if you really think
Yeah,
about it, if
yeah.
you're the only one who's smart, you're the only crazy one, right?
hmm Yeah.
Uh, so where do you think it will not where do you think where will you be posting these videos? Will it be on a site? Will it be on YouTube? Will it be on like a what's the name? Like a channel? Where would
Mm.
it be shown?
Yeah, it's gonna be shown on YouTube. Yeah, it's all gonna
Oh.
be on YouTube.
Oh, so it's gonna be like a free show that everyone can watch?
hmm
Oh, that's nice. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to ever expand to eventually being on like a streaming site or even like a live TV type of thing?
I think that would be fun. Although, like, as long as it's like always free on YouTube, then I don't really mind if it's on other streaming services or like I don't know. Like again, like I prefer it to be completely accessible, without having to be on a streaming service.
Oh, 100%. Okay, that's fair. That's damn. I'm really trying to make you see like trying to like make more money with this is like this is some amazing stuff that you're like your ideas at least are really good.
Thank you.
And
I mean,
I've never seen a person just like be this being like I could make money but I don't really want to like that.
it's because I'm more passionate about the art, rather than how much money it can make me. I mean, I post art all the time, like every second. I don't expect it to give me, you know, a bunch of money or fans or whatever. I don't know. I think that art is best when it's left alone to be art and not specifically a product. Um and I mean, especially animation. I think it's a combination of every art form. You have actors and voice actors and the animators and the artists and musicians. Um, there's people who have technical skills that need to be involved, and it's a lot, it's a lot of talent that I think should be represented properly without, all that money stuff getting in the way. Of course, paying them properly is the goal. That is what I want to do, you know. But like again, like I don't want to just be like a Fortune 500 company, this and that at the end of the day. Like of course, if success comes, I'm going to welcome it. I'm going to welcome it with open arms. But that's going back to the people that are the reason why any of it is possible, because we couldn't do it without having such a great, amazing team.
That's super commendable. Holy shit. Dang. So I was gonna ask you about how much money you spent on like promotion, advertisements, and your animators and your voice actors, but
Mhm.
so yeah, you've spent no money on any advertisement or
No.
your wow.
So our co-owner, um, Egg, or I don't forgive me, I don't know how to say their name. Couture. It's like I don't know. They they're head of advertising, and they've made all of the assets. My friend Brie Lavillovie edited the videos for us, and I kind of helped shape the visual identity
Hmm.
of the studio. So yeah, that all goes to me. Oh, we do promo art, I think 3 times a week, so we'll have someone draw. Um, well, I'll draw some. Uh, Stabby guys will draw some, and some of the other artists on the team like Smellophone or Elijah, all those people, work on promoting the show as well. And, um, trailers are a big part of it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it,
Yeah.
advertising wise.
Um, and speaking of advertisements, you recently released a trailer
Hmm.
of the first episode of the pilot, and how are you feeling now that you're getting closer and closer to the first episode being released?
I'm I have a lot of mixed feelings. None of them are bad. Well, I'm just a little nervous, you know. I'm a
Yeah,
little nervous.
100%, 100%.
But I'm really excited. I'm really excited because I think people have done some great work. And I'm excited for everybody to see what we've been working on. Some little surprises in there and some other stuff. So yeah,
Mm.
it's I
You
feel
you want
happy
to
that it's
give
gonna be over soon.
fair enough. Do you want to give any like hints to the surprises, or is that still
I want it to be a complete surprise for when
okay?
it's out.
Okay, okay. I only have like a few more questions, so I'm not
Mhm.
gonna bother you anymore with the interview.
You're fine.
Um, so after your show goes live, what does your studio have in plan next? And do you guys currently have any plans, or are you guys still brainstorming?
So we're gonna continue working on Plinko and Mark.
Hmm.
There's a possibility that we'll expand into comics as well on the side. But that needs to be planned out more. Maybe we'll try and do some other stuff. We'll see. We'll see. But mainly Plinko and Mark is what we're gonna be focusing on until we're ready to pick up a second property, I think.
Okay, fair enough. And I mean, like even after Plinko and Mark, do you have any like long term visions after Plinko and Mark, or is that it for now? And then when the time comes, the time comes.
Um, I think we have a few ideas in mind for what we could work on next. I mean, Thrash and Bash, I want it to be like a multimedia sort of company. So, comics, cartoons, and maybe even video games in the future. So yeah, it's just like I I don't know, I just want to make cool shit. That's just my goal.
You
It
mentioned video games. Now I'm interested again. Now I'm interested again, like that idea. What do you think, or how long do you think it would take for you guys to brainstorm for the ideas and then um, probably have an idea to
Mhm.
even tease it into the world, like have an idea and a cover and everything.
Mm. I mean, this is my first time making a cartoon, so I don't know what it's
Yeah.
even like making a video game, which it seems to be quite a bit of work. I think that, I mean, to get a solid idea for Plinko and Mark, that took a year, and that was kind of like, I mean, we did a bunch of crunch time. Me and like the small group that started Plinko and Mark, we kind of locked in, um, and did all of that development. But for something like a whole game, you have to write the entire story and understand how games work. So, we'd want to do a lot of research on that. But yeah, I don't know. Hypothetically, I feel like that could take like so many years, like
Yeah.
five, seven
Obviously.
years. I don't know. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to rush it. I would not want to rush a game. I would want it
Hmm.
to be, completely done when we release, not release like part one or, unfinished game that's gonna get like updates. No, I wanna release something that's done.
Yeah, fair enough. And I think this is my final question for you.
Mhm.
It's a very simple question. How did you personally get into art?
How did I personally get into art? I mean, it's gotta be cartoons. I mean, I grew up watching cartoons. I love them so much, and I always have. Um, I think when I was 4 or 5 or maybe 6, I was watching I think My Neighbor Totoro, the Studio Ghibli film, and I remember asking my mom like, "How do they move?" And so then I went on to figure that out for I guess until now. But yeah, that's 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 what I remember, I
Yeah,
think.
probably in a few years, kids will be asking the same question about your show, maybe.
That'd be cool.
And just a basic question. Now this is actually the last question.
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite cartoon? Because we've been speaking of cartoons this whole time. What is your favorite
Oh
cartoon?
my God, you can't ask me something like that. I can I give a small, maybe small
Yeah,
list?
yeah, yeah, 100%.
Okay. Um, I love the Powerpuff Girls. I think it's a really, really strong one.
The original or the newer one?
And then the original. Anything by Craig McCracken is great. Um, I think that I don't know if you've seen it. OKKO is like such a great show in my opinion. I love that cartoon.
Actually, it's one of the few shows that I've never seen that I've been
Hmm.
wanting to see for a while.
It's great. I love it. I think it has great writing and pretty fun stylization. Great characters.
Hmm.
Um, this is leaning towards anime a bit, but I love Panty and Stocking with the garter belt. That is such a
Oh,
good
I've never
show.
heard of that one.
I recommend you look at it. Like
Okay.
it's got such a really good style and the animation is really good if you look at any of the fight scenes.
Hmm.
Um and yeah, I think those are like oh, Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack. I
Okay.
really like Samurai Jack. Those are pretty much the biggest ones. But there's definitely like a million more like sprinkled in there like anything by like Lauren Faust and stuff.
Yeah, 100%, man. And what? I just want to thank you so much for joining
Yeah, thank
Crash. Like
you.
I know you're very busy, especially with your show coming out soon. I'm very happy and I'm blessed that you decided to take some time out of your day to join us. And thank y'all for
Thank
listening
you.
and helping us grow. Episode 1 went great. We hope we're hoping for the same for episode 2, maybe even more. Um but Crash, you can make the stage yours. Make sure to watch Plinko and Mark in this July, I believe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, make sure to watch the pilot episode this July. And if there's anything else you want to promote, Crash, go ahead.
Um, I don't know. Just watch Plinko and Mark. Thrash and Bash. I don't really. Yeah, just go watch Plinko and Mark. It's
Again,
July.
thank you everyone for listening so much. We hope to see you again, same time next week.
Bye.